welcome to the Australian Championship.
Shot up the post and in. Continue to make history.
This rivalry burns as bright as ever.
That is just spectacular. It's incredible. Fairy tale.
When the Australian Championship was minted, it was days like today which were dreamed of for the teams in Western Australia and South Australia, because Bayswater City and Metrostars are outstanding premiers of their respective states, and now they get to measure who's the strongest, and it is a game with potentially progression to the knockout rounds of the Australian Championship at stake. You only get 6 group games in this tournament to finish in the top 2. And here on match day 2 at Frank Drago Reserve, Bayswater City will be hoping home ground advantage can count for a lot as they look to take charge of their own destiny in Group D. For those of you not familiar with the results already this weekend, the other 2 Group T teams played on Friday night, and it was an emphatic 4-0 win for West's Apia against Sydney United. It means West's Apia have got 6 points, and Bayswater and Sydney United the 1 each, and Metrostars looking to open their account. Who do you think will win? Bayswater's dominating the poll at the moment, so South Australians, scan the QR code, jump on the Australian Championship website and have your say. Not much of a form line between these two teams, just one competitive meeting 11 years ago in the NPL National Finals. That day, it went 120 goalless minutes, and Metrostars won on penalties. So a couple of survivors, would you believe, from those two teams 11 years ago. The sides are about to line up for a moment's silence for Bayswater City icon and clubman for 50 years, Sergio Lenyi. Let's observe the moment's silence. For Sergio Lenyi, 50 years of service to the Bayswater City club. He had a Bayswater tattoo, license plates, and the club ran through his veins. He's even got the Bayside flag and a football on his coffin. May he rest in peace. So the teams are going through the pre-match formalities with handshakes. Let's take a look at the lineups. Bayswater City make one change to the team that drew 1-1 away at Sydney United last week, and it is Giles Davies coming into the starting 11. Chris Jackson moves to the bench, and out of the matchday squad goes Ashita Livings. So a stable team for Matt Sparrow and Bayswater. Metrostars, coming off a 1-0 home defeat to Apia, have seen fit to make 2 changes, and they are Jackson Fortunato and also Donati and Neon Kuru coming into the starting 11. A very different looking bench with Christian D'Angelo and also Christian Satira taking up positions there. Fabian Barbiero is back among the subs, as is Scott Nagel. It means Mitchell Miller and Lachlan Chapala are out of the matchday squad for Danny Greystone. Today's referee is Liam Barclay. His assistants are Lawson Rimmer and Liam Howgate. And the 4th official is Niall Gilmore. Of course, the Australian Championship, a great opportunity for refs that are rising through the ranks of their respective states to get some exposure to national level competition. And there's Bayswater back in their home kit. They were in the away kit last week, so they are the product of a merger between historically Italian clubs, one of which wore the colours of Juventus, one of which wore the colours of Inter. It was Lathlane Miazza, named after, of course, Giuseppe Miazza and the Miazza Stadium in Milan. And also Rosemount Juventus back in the 70s that led to Bayswater City. And there's Metrostars. They're wearing their home kit, which is great to see. The iconic red and yellow stripes. These two teams in their respective states were only beaten twice each during the home and away season, and they both had goal differences over 30. Perhaps ominously, they both had outstanding defences as well. Metrostars only conceded 20 goals in 22 league games. Bayswater only conceded 16 in 22 league games. But in a 6-game group stage, the perhaps doesn't pay to be defence first. These two teams will know the value of a win. And I can tell you now that Sydney United, sitting at home today after their heavy defeat to Apia on Friday, would love nothing more than a draw to keep this group wide open in the battle to make it through to the quarterfinals of this inaugural Australian Championship. You can see the crowd in the stands at Frank Drago Reserve. There is the Bayswater bench and Matt Sparrow, the head coach, among them. As the whistle goes to get this Group D contest in the Australian Championship underway, Bayswater City against Metrostars of South Australia. Who will win in a battle of these two teams and these two states' outstanding sides of 2025? An early foul, and an early hard foul, perhaps sets the tone. Hamish Gow is happy to go backwards to his goalkeeper, Cody Ostreich. Metrostars building from the centre of defence. Long, hopeful diagonal ball, and an easy collect for Luis Italiano, who is standing in goal. That's Lockie Barr, the former Adelaide United man, bringing plenty of experience and also height to the centre of the Metrostars defence. Long ball from Italiano. Gow takes possession for Metrostars. Hopeful pass. Seeing the run of Leon Kuru. He's able to spill the ball. Italiano out of his line and using his body well to avoid conceding a corner and also coughing up possession. Lively start though from Metrostars as the visiting team. Fortunato. Metrostars will feel as though they weren't perhaps creative or attacking enough against Apia last week. They'd love nothing more than to put some early shots on goal just to find their shooting boots after a day of frustration against the visiting side from Sydney in the opening round. Barr, the centre-back, a long way forward now. The game compressed. Walls played it down the right. And Bayswater will be compact, will be organised. We know what to expect from them. Very firmly struck pass, not a really retrievable one there. Leon Kuru, who was such a live wire coming off the bench last week. Not a surprise to see that he's got a start today. He is heading the ball forward. Bayswater's first real meaningful attack of any sort. Lowry. Back to Hughes. Roving ball over to Sean McManus, but the whistle goes and the flag is up. First offside of the game, and Sean McManus takes a look across the defensive line and says, "Are you sure? Are you sure it was me who ran offside?" So a brisk first 3 minutes here. Barr entrusted to play the distribution out from the back for Metrostars, but that one is a little overhit and going all the way keeper to keeper. Italiano launches the ball long. Barr up for the header. And McManus watches that over his shoulder. Jackson Walls, the Metrostars captain, to take the throw in. Hurried clearance, difficult ball to control. Fortunato hooks it around the body, trying to turn defence into attack. It's returned in kind. Flick header on, Fortunato follows up. Now Gow. Metrostars attacking through the middle. Porter, his first touch at centre forward. And then cleared away by Cornice. Real duel going on at the halfway line. Giles Davies not able to impact play, nor Oliver Legalia. The unmissable target man at the top of the Bayswater attack. Did a lot of bullocking work against Sydney United last week. Here's Mitchinson going on a run. One of the players who played 11 years ago in that NPL National Finals clash. He actually scored his penalty in the shootout too, as Bayswater fell to Metrostars right here at Frank Drago Reserve. Decides to probe the left flank, but that's a telegraphed ball, and it allows potential for a counter-attack here, and a foul means that Bayswater won't break quickly, but they will get an attacking half set piece. A few early tests for our referee. No thoughts of reaching for the cards just yet, as the Irishman Patrick Lowry was knocked to the ground by Noah McNamara. You can see that Giles Davies certainly protested it a bit more than the actual fouled player. So what's possible here for Declan Hughes and Bayside? Ball driven into the penalty area, and an attempted a fashioned header from Tom Southgate goes well wide of the target and out for a goal kick. That means Cody Osterreich has been largely unchallenged and untroubled so far in 6 minutes of play. Side press is going to make it interesting here for Metrostars, though. You can see they're happy to back off Lockie Barr because they know that he is already favourable to the long ball. So if he gets into a spot of bother, he will just clear it. Gow from the base of midfield sends it out to the left. A promising build-up now for Metrostars going at speed. Visser cuts in and stings the palms of Luis Italiano. Well, that was an enterprising run, and Metrostars do look dangerous when they speed the game up. Can Bayswater answer? Cleared away by Walls. Favoured the left flank so far, and Sean McManus for a few of their attacks in these early exchanges. We'll be about to see a long throw. Jackson Stevens, the hero with the equaliser from last week, also managed to win the fan vote for goal of the week. Perhaps due to the unexpected circumstances of the goal. Looking for Southgate with his long throw. Bayswater stay on the attack. Stevens tried to drop the shoulder, couldn't get the better of Walls. Little back heel is clever though. McManus headed out of the 6-yard box by Barr. Another aerial ball to deal with, though. Metrostars, teammates running into each other, but they're going to work it out. Woodfin, a good little chest down. And here goes Neon Kuru. He plays it back to Woodfin. And now they've got an overload happening. Numbers streaming forward here. Chittadini cuts onto his left and then tried to veer back onto his right. Maybe a touch too many. Oh, Metrostars did look dangerous as they ventured forward there, but Chittadini at the crunch time made the decision to keep the ball at his feet rather than shoot. So we have another look at how they broke at speed there. Neon Kuru got a pretty hard foul for his trouble, it must be said, but good refereeing to let the advantage stand. And right there on his left side, is that where Chittadini needed to pull the trigger? Visser to take the throw in. Linking up with Woodfin. And Metrostars are happy to go back and reset. Neon Kuru. Walls, back to Barr. And McNamara, everyone getting a touch of the ball for the visiting Metrostars team. Now a change of pace in the attack. Visser driving forward. Woodfin hugging the touchline. Strokes it back. Referee takes evasive action. Fortunato couldn't find a teammate. And just driving for distance is Declan Hughes, and he says to Legalia, go and make that work, and he decides to shoot on sight, but he's hooked it. That is what Metrostars will just have to be mindful of, that as they start to really click in a passing and build-up sense, not to overcommit, because the counter-attack could be very much to Bayswater's liking. An injury issue here, and this is a real worry. Only early in the game. Donati and Neon Kuru has got the trainer called out for a bit of attention. It's immediately clear what he's favouring, but we saw him here, the shirt grab, and then also getting legged, and well, he reaches for the back of his right leg, perhaps. Back of his left leg. Looks like it's the lower left leg, the ankle, which is getting the magic spray. So hopefully for him, that means that the adrenaline will keep pumping and he'll be able to run it off, because it's been one of the reasons this game has got off to such a bright start in an attacking sense. Seems to be walking all right under his own steam. There's a look at some of the fans who've made their way in, a drink and a snack on a Sunday afternoon. This is what the Australian Championship offers up. We've seen the food vans, we've seen a lot of youngsters running around. And it's Western Australia's team in this competition. Bayswater attacking in a press. Davies trying to give the hurry up, as is McManus. Walls succumbed to that press. Perhaps a little bit far out from the penalty box for a long throw. McManus making a contest, followed up by Hughes. McManus into the box. Legalia. Has he got it back to his teammate? Well, he has, but to the effect of winning a corner rather than another attack on goal, but a set piece will do. And looking at these two sides, you'd have to say that perhaps Metrostars have the slight advantage in terms of height, although there are a couple of potentially good aerial targets to aim for at a set piece for Bayswater. Well, this is not good. Neon Kuru is down again. The magic spray hasn't taken. He continues to favour his left ankle. So are we going to see Metrostars have to turn to the bench inside the first 15 minutes of this game? And it's going to hold up this corner kick. Danny Greystone has decided he's going to have to turn to the bench. Christian Satira is going to be coming on, getting a final tactical briefing there. Sadly, for Donati and Neon Kuru, his game is going to be ended. I do wonder how Metrostars will feel about the rather hefty tackle that has led to his removal from the game. Even after treatment, you can see the personal disappointment at his afternoon being over so early. Hopefully that's not going to be too much trouble to fly back as well, of course. Whatever swelling he might have on that ankle as a result of getting injured. But the change is made, and an early corner here. Bayswater City trying to capitalise. To the back post it goes. Good defensive header away by Barr. And then cleared emphatically. Cittadini leads the chase, and Mitchinson is the man back for Bayswater. Danny Greystone, you can see him enthusiastically applauding on the sideline that his team was able to defend the corner and then try to launch a counter-attack. Half volleyed out of the defensive end for Bayswater City. And a little overzealous there from McManus as he pushes Walls to the ground. Those two are having a pretty good duel. It's one of the battles within the wider contest between these two sides. Bayswater showing that they do like to hit the diagonal from the right side to the left. Attempt to set McManus away. Now it's Metrostars' turn. They're favouring the left flank as well. Not surprising perhaps, because that's where Tom Visser is. Gow. Back to Fortunato. Bayswater defensive line sitting deep, just waiting to see what Metrostars try. It's a string of passes. It hasn't really got them any closer to goal. And now the wall pass here and a crunching challenge. And the referee is reaching for the pocket. First card of the game is coming. It's just a yellow. Metrostars argue that perhaps that was denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Bayswater happy to leave the scene and settle for a yellow ticket. Let's have a look at the benefit of a replay. Palmateer, it's a hard challenge. Maybe the ball is running away from Porter, but even the tackle itself could potentially have been a different colour. So take it and run. And Metrostars, their protests have stopped because now their attention turns to the free kick. And there's Neon Kuru now, having walked around the pitch back to sit on the bench. His teammates in the meantime are brainstorming what they will do from this free kick. Luke Palmateer in the referee's book for the rest of the game. We'll have to watch his step. He's not taken up position in the wall here. He is marking instead Cameron Woodfin, who is wide on the right. But you fancy this will be a direct shot on goal. In it comes, and it's well over the bar. A bit of an anticlimax there from Jake Porter. Gow was standing right there as the left-footed option, but decided that the right-footed Porter would pull rank. And a big flashpoint in this first half comes and goes with Bayswater keeping the clean sheet intact. Legalia. Natural pass, couldn't find McManus. Gow, gaps opening here, through ball, a good one. Porter stops and props. And from a standing start, a little burst of acceleration wins his team a corner. It's a good pass to play him through from Woodfin, but he just went a little bit wide and thus decided against a direct shot on goal. Well, the first corner of the game now for the visiting Metrostars team. Gow is the left footer, so you fancy he'll be trying to put it on the head of Lockie Bar. Where is he? Inside the penalty area, lurking beyond the back post as Gow runs in, drives the corner to the near post instead, and it is tumbling and cleared away. McManus, the outlet pass, not able to take clean possession though. Visser able to ride one challenge and then bumps in, and there's going to be afters here. Both players are down and hurt, but Metrostars have really taken exception to how the foul was administered. It was a two-man attempt to stop the forward run from Tom Visser, and you can see he's down and winded. Both the ribs and the head are sore, so it's issues on multiple fronts. Let's take another look. He shakes off McManus, but then coming across for the body check is Legalia, and even though he himself is a big man, he has taken a fair bit of impact as well. Was it head on head? Is that why they've both stayed down? Let's have another look. Oof, there's a decent chance that it was. Legalia is still on his haunches, while Visser is laid out prone on the turf, and the last thing Metrostars would want to have to do is use a second sub on an injured player before you even hit the 20-minute mark. You can see the referee's got a card out here, so I suspect it is going to be a yellow card for Oliver Legalia when he has finished receiving treatment. Tell you what, no shortage of incident in this game so far. All it's missing is a goal. Here's another look. See, the snapping from behind from McManus was also a potential foul in itself. Whenever you tackle from behind, you do take a risk that if you don't get the ball, you're on for a sanction of some sort, be it a foul or a card. see the grandstand at Frank Drago Reserve. Nicely populated, lots of fans preferring to stand at the fence and observe. Crowds have been four figures in the two games earlier today at Deakin in Canberra, and also at Jubilee Stadium in Sydney for Sydney Olympic, even though the home team got rolled in that one. Broadmeadow Magic leaving with a 3-2 win. And then in the other game at Canberra Deakin Stadium, it was Canberra, Croatia upsetting the Preston Lions 3-2. So it's been a day for it. No real favourite or underdog in this one, perhaps a bit more of a coin flip between the two teams, but certainly Bayswater would have been hoping that home ground advantage would have given them a slight edge, even though Metrostars have perhaps had the better chances so far in the game. Look at the subs warming up. Tell you what, if you could take two players out of the starting 11 that Metrostars named today in order to really curtail them in an attacking sense, it probably would have been Neon Kuru and Visser. So things couldn't have been more unfortunate for them in that respect. Is he okay? Has he passed the doctor's checks? Metrostars sideline looks on nervously. Paperwork being handed back and forth. And so Visser is going to be walked to the sideline here. Will it be because his day is over, or will it be because Metrostars are willing to spend a bit more time down to 10 men to assess him? That's the question. Legalia is okay to come back on. Seemingly he has joined Palmatier in the book as the two players in the game to have now received a yellow card. Danny Greystone within earshot of his medical staff and also Tom Visser, so this is the key discussion. In the meantime, Metrostars will forge on with 10 players. They've got a mid-range free kick. Gao swings it in, and the header is sliding onto the crossbar, but the whistle goes. It wouldn't have counted had it found a way in. So offside, I believe, is the call here. Let's take another look. Who strayed? Perhaps Barr started from an offside position when that ball was struck from the free kick. So Bayswater again. They've seen off a corner. They've seen off a couple of free kicks now. They'd be confident in their set-piece defence. Luis Italiano drives the ball deep into the attacking half. An awkward touch inside the defensive penalty area, but cleared it in the nick of time. Walls. Legalia stuck in a 1-on-2, dispossessed. Fabian Barbiero has entered the game. And so the number 8, the super veteran, Fabian Barbiero, he of 300 Metrostars appearances, has come on here, and it's been a second forced change inside the first 25 minutes for Metrostars. They concede a corner here, and unfortunately, both for them and for perhaps the spectacle of this game, both Neon Kuru and Visser are out of it. So they've got to defend a corner. First header is Bayswater's, and it's over the bar. Flying through there was Giles Davies, but it was an up and under header once he made contact. So even though he willed himself onto the ball, it wasn't to any great effect. Strikes distribution very good. However, Metrostars couldn't keep the ball. Well, there is Visser, so he is back, which leads to the question. My apologies, it was Satira and not Barbiero who was on the pitch, so the original sub for Neon Kuru, but Visser returns. So we've got to the bottom of that, and I do apologise, but with players coming and going off the pitch, we've now sorted out the 11s that are participating in the game. Here's Gow. Diagonal ball out to the left. Header from Southgate. Into Lowry. Possession yielded to McNamara. Back to his goalkeeper, Barr. He's got Legalia pressing, but Fortunato offers himself up at the edge of the box to try and play out of danger, and Metrostars showing what they're capable of. That's really nicely worked, but they're not going any further forward. In fact, all the way back to the goalkeeper, so they're going to probe the left flank instead. Long ball here. Porter often chasing. Can he get to the ball before the byline? He tries to cut it back. And Stevens is able to hook it away. But he conceded the corner kick. It went out. He protests. So do his fellow Bayswater defenders. But it is a corner. See, the wind has picked up. It's probably favouring the end that Bayswater City are attacking in this first half. And, well, you be the ref at home. He's hooked it right off the line. A tough call, but the assistant referee perfectly placed. There's a look at the wind picking up. And perhaps it's affected the delivery of that corner kick as well, because Metrostars have not been able to beat the near defenders. And out it goes. So that is the one sub that's been made. Christian Satira on for Donati and Neon Kuru. Oh, perhaps a high boot there from Barr. Is he going to become the third player in this game yellow carded? Yes, he is. And for wiping out Giles Davies, it's now a Metrostars yellow. These two teams are stuck in a bit of trench warfare at the moment. The last thing you would want to see is the two of them kicking each other off the pitch, but sadly it is starting to become like that. It's taking a backward step and being intimidated by the physicality of the game, that's for sure. You can see it held up in the wind, and Rocky Barr had overcommitted to sticking the leg out at that point. And so it's a long-range free kick here for Bayswater. If they do score first, it would still feel like it's perhaps against the run of play, even though it's become a bit more start-stop. Southgate up, and Visser with the clearance away. Metrostars trying to go end-to-end. Skipped on nicely by Woodfin, but preventative defending coming through from Palmatier. Absolutely sunk the slipper there, getting through that ball. Now Metrostars go with a sweeping pass. Right to left, Chittadini keeps it in. Under the challenge of Southgate. Woodfin. Swinging cross, no one home at the back post. Just getting the judgment right Playing balls into the wind is also a factor here. Some fans came prepared. There's a little bit of rain around in pre-game. I think the showers are coming back if the movement of some fans over on the grandstand side is anything to go by. It means it's cool. It means it's going to remain an up-tempo game, if nothing else. Cornes. Bouncing ball over the top. Lowry, good first touch, and he got a shot away. Patrick Lowry, with arguably Bayswater's best chance to score in the game. And he put it straight into the gloves of Cody Ostrike. A close range shot on target. Perhaps it could have been so much more. And now Metrostars trying to advance, but McManus with real energy and pace. And unfortunately, there's not two of him because he's played that ball out to exactly where he would be attacking if he was in his regular spot on the wing rather than backtracking to help the defenders out. As the wing picks up at Frank Drago reserve. This is Porter. He's got two defenders to have to deal with. It's well done by Cornice to send him wide, but that's a clever little shimmy. The back heel from Woodfin, nearly setting his teammate Porter away. Chittadini got involved. Really nice retention of possession here from Metrostars, and a desperate slide challenge at the middle of the top of the penalty area prevents it running through. The on-rushing Christian Satera. That back pass is going to be comfortable enough for Italiano to slice away, avoiding conceding a corner. There's a huge amount of backspin on the ball. I say avoiding conceding a corner, not to be. How about that? The wind has swung around, and where previously I suggested it may have been favouring the end that Bayswater are attacking. I mean, that's extraordinary. Players had given up on it. They thought it was going out for a throw-in, and instead it came swinging back. Here comes the corner. Cleared once to the edge of the box. Woodfin. And that is a full-blooded slide challenge coming in from McManus, and he is able to avoid conceding a corner on the opposite side by hustling in. Well, there's a real third team out there now. The weather is starting to have its own say on this contest. Lots of chat out on the pitch. Metrostars perhaps have found their groove again after the start-stop about 10 minutes ago. The number of fouls and the injury to Visser got back into their passing flow and a few really nice moves in the last few passages of play. Bayswater are having to bed in and really play stopper at the moment, protect their clean sheet as things currently stand. McNamara's long ball, Southgate up for the header. Gets it past Chittadini. Now Cornice. Down in the attacking half. And it's a very short-lived time in possession. Down in attack for Bayswater City. Long ball up the middle. Too long for Satera to reel it in and chase it down, and Italiano continues to hold domain over his penalty box. Woodfin. Visser. Difficult ball to control. Through comes Southgate. Has Hughes in the middle. clearance. Can't get out of the defensive half initially. McManus. Fortunato. So into the last 10 minutes of regulation in the first half. And it's Metrostars on top in general play. Satira. Good underlapping run from Walls, venturing forward, and the cross, well, it met a wall of black and blue. Satira is going to load up and go again. First time we've really seen Jackson Walls venture forward to support the attack on this right flank. Satira, great footwork, able to round one defender. He's got more to deal with, and it's put behind for a corner. But Christian Satira, he's been waiting for his chance off the bench. The injury to Dion Neon-Kuru may have presented it. But well, he's been able to wreak havoc there, and now Bayswater have got issues of their own. Let's take another look at the footwork here of Christian Satira. Hughes had a little nibble at him there and then committed fully to the challenge there. And ultimately, it was prodded behind by Davies for a corner kick. But in the meantime, it looks as though it's a left leg concern for one of the pacier players in the Bayswater City team, Sean McManus. He remains down. You expect that there will be plenty of stoppage time then at the end of this first half. Well, a thumbs up to the bench is a good sign. So any thoughts of having to prepare a substitution can be allayed. You see the net and the trees behind the goal are indicating that an in-swinging corner could be real red alert here for Bayswater City. Chat continuing on the sidelines with the fourth official. Factor here is that Bayswater City are going to be down to 10 players as they defend this corner, so the prospects of a counter-attack are significantly limited with McManus on the sidelines. Can Metrostars capitalise on this moment? Gow with the corner, near post, flicked to the edge of the 6-yard box and on the spin. It's Barr who sliced it away, left foot, but he caught it off the outside of his left foot. You can see it spinning away in the wrong direction as far as Metrostars were concerned. It's been an entertaining game. There's been plenty of incident. We're getting closer and closer to a goal, it feels like, as well. Whether it's Bayswater City on the counter or Metrostars having their attacking control of the game pay off. Woodfin, straight to Southgate. Legalia's got to go and chase here. He's got Jackson Walls. He's on a yellow card, of course, so he's got to be careful when he goes for a shove like that, but not even a foul, just good contested play. Ball out to the left for Metrostars in the blink of an eye. Tom Southgate shuts it down. Back inside to Hughes. Hughes with the long ball to no one in particular. And that will be keeper's ball for Cody Ostreich. Often we've seen the left to right diagonal today from either from Metrostars in particular, and that's why it may be caught out. Jackson Walls, who wasn't able to get forward in time to chase that pass down. Gow's pass, asking a lot of Porter, cleared by Jackson Stevens from the centre of defence. McManus back up and running. The treatment, thankfully for him, working. And now Southgate lays a pass through the right. Lowry can chase. Patrick Lowry, he's brought to ground, gets back to his feet, puts it over the head of Legalia in the middle. And that looked promising for Bayswater City, but Lowry's cross just kept climbing rather than dip onto the head of one of his teammates. Just waiting for a shoelace to be tied up there. So the goal kick is now taken short. Strike up the middle. Fortunato caught out. Legalia. Was he fouled? He stays down. The referee took a long, hard look and decided not to reach for his whistle. Now it's Bayswater City who are incensed here. They thought they had a free kick in shooting range. Oliver Legalia was felled in a desperate tackle. Metrostars trying to play out from the back, and Gow went in, and he was convinced that his tackle affected the ball more than the man, and the referee agreed. Bit of banter going on between the Bayswater City bench and Tom Visser there. In the meantime, the free kick is overhit. Are we going to get a goal before half-time? You feel like first to score could be so important in this game, given the defensive mindset of these two teams and how few goals they've conceded in their respective NPLs this season. Conceded in round one of the Australian Championship, but in games that were otherwise fairly tight. Bayswater City only conceded from a penalty, a hotly disputed penalty too, it must be said. And Metrostars were caught cold by an Apia triple substitution, with two of those three subs linking up in their first phase of play after coming off the bench. Little flick inside, really clever, silky in fact, but Southgate puts an end to the build-up. Bayswater not able to break out of their defensive half. Woodfin, Gow. They're unable to keep possession. Southgate. Long ball. Legalia a lone hand, and a skimming defensive header off Noah McNamara. It does find its way down to Ostrike. Satira. A diagonal run inside. Gow. Now Visser, he can go to work. Drops the shoulder at the edge of the box, the cross in, Chittadini, and straight at the keeper. Again, very good build-up. The end product just not there. It was hit gently enough that the goalkeeper, Luis Italiano, didn't have to commit either way. He could just watch the ball into his gloves. Should be a decent chunk of stoppage time at the end of the first half, and Metrostars probably won't mind that. They are the team on top in general play at the moment. They are looking the more dangerous, in Bayswater City, I don't think they would mind one jot this game getting to half-time, so they can get into the rooms and reassess how they perhaps try to approach the second 45 minutes. They do seem limited to the counter-attack only at the moment. Gow. Chittadini, taken off his feet by Southgate. And again, the very interested other parties in the group, Apia and Sydney United. I'm sure neither of them would mind a draw. It would put Apia in the box seat to win the group. It would give new hope to Sydney United, because they would only be a point out of second if this game ends in a draw, because you'd have Bayswater City on 2, and then Metrostars and Sydney United would have a point each, so it would remain all to play for going into match day 3. Here goes Chittadini, nice little sidestep, scuffed the shot though, and it was blocked by Jackson Stevens. The counter-attack might be on as we dig into 6 additional minutes. Huge chunk of stoppage at the end of the first half. McManus stopped in his tracks. Gow extracted the ball. Really nice 1-2. And then Gow shooting straight into the back. of Stevens, who blocked it away. Metrostars working through the gears again, though. Gow, little nutmeg on Southgate. Can he find a teammate with the cross? Oh, it hits the crossbar. Satira recycles the ball back out. Jackson Walls. First time shot, Chittadini bending it. And it was a shot that maybe turned into a cross as it bent away from the target and was caught by Italiano. Metrostars looking as dangerous as they have all game as the first half ticks into stoppage time, though. And they've still got plenty of time to try and find the breakthrough before the end of the first 45. Bayswater City have really got to hunker down now. Satira. Woodfin. Fortunato. Gow to Woodfin. See a train going past in the background at the right of screen. And maybe a break in concentration there for Metrostars. A long chain of passes. Ends up with one missing a teammate and running down to the keeper. But only 2 of the 6 minutes of additional time have been negated so far by the home side. Both coaches up on their feet on the sidelines. And for a ball to come back, I don't think either team would want a repeat of what happened at Sydney United Sports Centre last week, with a fan returning the ball onto the pitch just as a different ball was found to restart play. We had multi-ball on the equalising goal. There were plenty of people who thought that to the letter of the law that moment should have been policed and the goal should have been disallowed, but ultimately it did stand. I think the majority of football fans lent towards the spirit of the game rather than the letter of the law. Physical challenge here from McManus, and a bit overzealous, and it leads to a dangerous free kick, especially with the left footer Hamish Gow having a bit of an angle to work with here, and you can see he is eagerly over to the dead ball to try and set this up. And this could be a big moment here for Metrostars at the end of the first half. Can they make a defensive stand? Don't rule out a direct shot on goal here. Gow is a bit of a wizard with that left peg. 2 in the wall. Luis Italiano, no doubt, has the threat of a direct shot in the back of his mind. It is Gow, and he does put it on target. It's parried once. Oh, dropped. But the referee says that Lockie Barr was positioned illegally. He tunneled the goal. Oh, and Italiano is not happy about being tunneled there. The body language says it all. A heavy landing. And the heat of the moment, he's not happy with how he was taken out there. Well, there's no love lost between these two teams. It's going to be a spicy second half. We've already had 3 players pick up yellow cards. We've had 1 player subbed off injured due to a tackle. We've got byplay off the ball here, and we've got Metrostars on the attack. Gow. He's got Satira to the right, but he's looking back over to the left side. Now he goes right. Wall's getting forward. No foul this time. McManus, stand-up tackle. Satira. Gow clips it to the edge of the box. Chittadini not able to bring Porter into play. You could see him attempt a little back-heeled flick there, but he just didn't make meaningful contact. And now we are down to the last minute of 6 additional at the end of the first half. Italiano drives it long. We've barely seen the ball down at this end in the last 7 or 8 minutes. It has been all Metrostars to end the first half. Bayswater City trying to just lock tight. They've only got seconds left to defend here before the halftime whistle will come to their aid. Walls. McNamara. Cittadini. Pass was good to find Fortunato, but he couldn't find a teammate. Gow, stoppage time has expired. And the whistle halts Metrostars in attack. They're not able to really let the rest of that phase of play unfold. And they'll go into the rooms the more frustrated of the two because they have controlled possession but haven't been able to find the breakthrough. Half-time in this Australian Championship Group D game. It's Bayswater City 0, Metrostars 0. You can't start a new competition without Bayswater City. Who was the first premier and champion of the NPL era in WA? Bayswater. First WA representative in the NPL National Finals? Bayswater. In the hat for the first ever FFA Cup National Round of 32?
Bayswater Inter.
So it should come as no surprise that the boys from Frank Drago Reserve are the West's sole representative for the next grand opening. Having toiled through a modest and merger-filled history, Bayswater City exploded into their golden era in the 2010s. A three-peat, the jewel in the crown.
A big-time goal! And Bayswater are going to win the league tonight!
And now Bayswater City has ended an 8-year wait to peak again and top the league in Western Australia to book their place in the Australian Championship.
Football's back home. It'd be great to be on SBS again.
It's going to definitely give the Australian Championship a massive, massive platform.
You're not just showcasing yourself on YouTube or anything anymore. It's SBS, it's massive.
It's great that it's going to be live free there. It's great exposure.
Every player want to be on TV, and I think that's really good for the people in Australia.
Now I can tell all my siblings I just tell them to turn on SBS and watch me there.
It's the best thing to happen to football in Australia in a very long time.
It's integral to all these clubs and fans and players to have the games broadcasted live.
That's where you want to be on free-to-air. It's SBS. Everyone watches it.
To have football back on, I guess, the main stage of where it all started, it's exciting. It's a great opportunity for the whole of Australia to watch.
You never know what's going to happen.
We just hope that we can do this code proud.
For every football lover in Australia, you know, when you hear the SBS, you think about football.
I grew up with watching the World Game on SBS.
On Sunday from first thing in the morning. All day football.
I was an avid follower of the Captain Socceroo with Johnny Warren.
Craig Foster. Yeah, Les Murray days, you can't forget it.
All the iconic moments in football have been on SBS.
SBS was the home of football, so it's great that we're back there.
welcome back to Live Pictures and first half action from Frank Drago Reserve in Perth, where it has been a physical encounter, but no goals to show for it in this Group D clash of the Australian Championship between Bayswater City and Metrostars. No backward steps taken between either team as we look at some of the first half action. This was a Hamish Gow free kick, which was headed onto the crossbar and out for, well, no damage to the score line. And then Christian Satira, who came on as a first half sub. This cross in here was dealt with. We had a corner, which was taken by Gow. And it flashed into the box, and Lockie Barr on the spin. You saw the ball spinning away from the target. Chances limited for Bayswater City. They've been contained to the counter, but Lowry here put that to the wrong side of where Ollie Legalia was jumping. So he wasn't able to get a header on it. And as the half went on, Metrostars got further and further on top. This chance here, a really good one for Chittadini, but he just didn't strike it with the venom needed to be able to really trouble the goalkeeper. And then Gow, the little nutmeg here was clever, and that one cleared all and sundry in the penalty area to hit the crossbar again. This was a late free kick. We flagged that Gow might go direct, and indeed he did, but it was dealt with comfortably enough by Italiano, who wasn't happy with how he then got tunnelled by Lockie Barr. So the 3 yellow cards are probably the story of the first half. You do wonder if this game is going to finish 11 versus 11, because there's been physicality, there's been a bit of spite, there's been a bit of chatter as well. And a lot of it good-natured coming from the benches, but it really has been a hot contest between the players. Here are the numbers. 3 shots on target to 1 doesn't nearly tell the story of the control that Metrostars have had over the attacking phases of play in this game. So we'll see if there's a big skew in those numbers as the second half goes on. Young fans getting to enjoy themselves in the first half, halftime break. Great to see youngsters out there emulating the heroes of the game. Let's take a look at what the referee has had to adjudicate over in this first half. That was an early foul and decision for our man in the centre, Liam Barclay. Now, this was a key moment in the first half. Dion Nironkuru got treated for that, but then after the magic spray didn't take, he had to go and was subbed out for Christian Satira. This was Lockie Barr's yellow card. He had a high boot left in on Glyn Davies. And then this was contentious because Legalia was brought down by Gow. He argued he got the ball. The referee was right there on the scene, and he agreed. So a lot of tough decisions for our whistleblower out in the middle. And that's what 3 points on the line means for these two sides. But will we see a goal? Because as things stand, it is still scoreless between Bayswater City and Metrostars. Let's take a look at what's going on elsewhere around the Australian Championship this weekend. Friday night, it was the other game in this group, Group D, between the two Sydney-based sides, but it was one-way traffic at Leichhardt Oval. Presley Ortiz got it all started for West's Apia in their match against Sydney United. The goal-scoring defender, Draydon Kelly, popped up at a set-piece again. That made it 2. There was only going to be one winner after this free kick from Sean Simmons. Pretty emphatic. And one of the real highlights, that might be your goal of the week right there. Although the public voters kept us guessing, so we will see. It was a hat-trick, the first Australian Championship hat-trick on Saturday afternoon at Marconi for Damien Sekenis. And Marconi, after losing to Heidelberg in the opening game of their tournament, were able to hit back. And Marco Jesic there getting the assist. South Hobart, as good as they were, as brave as they were in a 3-1 home loss to the Wollongong Wolves, were not quite at the same level as their New South Wales counterparts. A game with a heavy favourite and a heavy underdog, and it ended up materialising on the scoreboard, and that was the goal for the hat-trick for Damien Sekenis. And this was a very, very intriguing game on paper coming in, but Heidelberg turned it into a bit of a mismatch. They went to Collegians to face the Wollongong Wolves, and after Jamal Ali opened the scoring at a set piece, Heidelberg were really able to dictate the rest of the game. The clearance here didn't get beyond Anthony Lesiotis. He lashed it through the traffic, and that made it 2-0 to the Burgers. And early in the second half, that meant there was only going to be one winner. They were in total control, playing from in front, going on to prevail 3-0. So these are the results so far, including the 2 live games in action. A late penalty at the end of the first half for Avondale has them in a 1-0 lead away at Northwest Sydney Spirit, so they will be taking control of their group, because what a result earlier today with Canberra Croatia beating Preston Lions 3-2, and Sydney Olympic, they are 2 losses from 2 and staring down the barrel in this tournament after Broadmeadow Magic went to Jubilee and rolled them. The other game going on, South Melbourne are all over Moreton City, just haven't been able to put it in the back of the net. That game, like this one, remains 0-0. Don't go anywhere, because the second half is going to be coming up. And who do you think will win? Well, the South Australians need to jump on and vote, because my eyes do not deceive me. I think Metrostars have been the more dominant team, but the viewers are clearly backing Bayswater City. Scan the QR code. Go to the Australian Championship website to vote. Have the eastern states underestimated South Australia at their peril? Anytime northeastern Metrostars are in a national competition, they need to be respected. The team from TK Shutter are a 21st century success story in the city that the great Johnny Warren once described as
the true football capital of Australia.
Since their formation in the mid-90s, Metrostars have won 7 state cups and finished top of the league 11 times, both more than any other team in that time.
Fabian Barbiero, you show off! What a goal!
5 times qualified for the national rounds of the Australia Cup, and NPL National Finals champions in 2014, including a win against South Melbourne at Lakeside along the way. Watch out for the yellow and red stripes of Metrostars. They're coming to make SA great in the Australian Championship. Welcome back to live pictures from Frank Drago Reserve. Bayswater City, the home team, back out on the pitch and looking for some new ideas to be able to break through against a Metrostars team that did shade the first half. However, it is scoreless. And it means the group is very much up for grabs at this stage. Draw would certainly be the preference of Sydney United watching on from home today. Just waiting for our referee to make sure all is in order before we resume the action. Taking a look at Group D in the Australian Championship next weekend. On Saturday, it'll be Sydney United against Metrostars in Sydney. On Sunday, Bayswater City right back here at Frank Drago to take on West's Apia. So, South Australian team will be back in Adelaide only for a handful of days before they're off to Sydney. Whereas the West Australians will get to enjoy the week at home in consecutive home games. But that's in the back of the mind for now. The priority is the second 45, which is about to kick off. Just make sure that Metrostars have got the ball set with Jake Porter. And we're back underway in this round 2 clash. So who will score first? Who will break through? Currently scoreless between Bayswater City and Metrostars. For those of you who've only joined us during half-time, there have been 2 yellow cards. I think we've got a flat ball here. So they're going to clear that and find an orb that has been inflated appropriately. But there have been 2 yellow cards for Bayswater. Luke Palmatier and also Ollie Legalia have received yellow cards. Well, that man there, Lockie Barr, is in the book for Metrostars. There's been 1 forced change. Donati and Neon Kuru subbed off, and the number 8, Christian Satira, has come on. So, fair bit of incident, just no change to the score. And Barr's pass here, trying to push it down the right, and a foul here on Cornice. Leads to a free kick for Bayswater City. And I can tell you, we're now the only scoreless game going at the moment because South Melbourne have scored in the very first minute of the second half against Moreton City Excelsior. So we are the only game both in play and this weekend that is yet to see the ball hit the back of the net. 2 formidable defences during their respective state NPL seasons for these sides. Who's going to take the risks to find a goal? Over the head of Legalia, headed away by McNamara. Cittadini plays it past Woodfin and caught in possession is Fortunato. Legalia heard the shout from in the middle. Giles Davies tried to keep the ball moving with almost a slide tackle take of possession, but he wasn't able to do it without volunteering the ball up to the goalkeeper. Fortunato this time does find a teammate in Woodfin. The return pass a little bit overhit. Jackson Stevens steps out of defence, finds Lowry. Patrick Lowry ran into trouble. Metrostars back in possession. That's Scott Nagel who has come on there, the number 23. So we have had 1 half-time substitution. Possession taken by Cittadini. Now long, high switch of flanks. Asking a lot from the leaping Walls, who wasn't able to make contact with the ball. By process of elimination, I do suspect it is Tom Visser who has come off at half-time. He was definitely not looking great in the first half at times, as we see across here from Legalia. Metrostars getting numbers back, and then a late slice away. Oh, that was a good chance for Bayswater to open the scoring. They reload through McManus. Oh, disappointment. It was Cornice who, in fact, it was Lowry who had the chance there that was just miscued and sliced away. As good a chance as we've seen for Bayswater in the game. It was Legalia who cut it across. And that shallow clearance, and then just sliced. See the spin on the ball, the back spin on the ball, taking it further and further away from the target. Agonising there for the home side. What a time that would have been to strike opening minutes of this second half. But yes, there was a heavy clash for Visser in the first half. It led to that player there, Legalia, getting booked after he effectively body-checked the Metrostars winger. And it looks as though his number has been called during the halftime break. And the number 23, Scott Nagel, has come onto the pitch. Attempted long shot from Davies is blocked away. Nice from McManus. Mitchinson sweeps it in. Defensive header away. The follow-up, though. Southgate brings the ball to ground. Cornice to Lowry. Patrick Lowry with his hands full against the new player into the game in Nagel, and Nagel's done really well to keep his feet, but Lowry bounces right back up. Now support comes in the form of Chittadini, and he wins a throw-in. Another look here at the one-on-one duel. Just goes to show Lowry, he hit the ground pretty hard, but he wasn't out of it. He bounced right back up. Here's Legalia trying to catch Barr in possession. A tangle of legs, and Barr kept his feet. Wasn't also dragged to ground like his opposing striker. Block tackle. Jackson Stevens has been run into here, and the man who did collide with him has come off second best. And Woodfin is down here and saw. Let's take another look at this collision. Woodfin, yeah, he felt the impact really there of into the Bayswater City defender. A war of words has ensued with the referee. So the end result's going to be a Metrostars throw-in. There was no foul given. McManus. Southgate. Cleared by McNamara. Centre forward play from Porter, but the numbers close in for Bayswater City. McManus volleys on. And the offside flag is up here against Legalia. Here goes Walls. Certainly picked his moments to get forward in the first half. Jackson Walls seemed to get braver getting forward from that right back position as the half went on to try to create overloads in attack. Gow out of a 1-on-4. Nicely worked by the midfielder. Ball not advancing any further just yet, though. Nagel finds himself in another battle for possession. He wheels away with the ball. Back to McNamara. Metrostars never afraid to reset. They do move the ball on quickly. They're trying to keep the tempo high here. Satira, Woodfin, really nice 1-2. And then the attempted through ball is intercepted by Southgate. Again, the Metrostars just change the pace of the attack like that. Looks as though they've got a gear that, in an attacking sense, Bayswater City haven't shown us in this game. It's Noah McNamara standing at the centre of defence. Seemingly in no hurry to take this throw in. Woodfin back to Nagel. Flicked on high by Hughes. Wrestle for possession. Bayswater City thought there might have been a foul, but away go Metrostars. And unable to make a great deal of forward progress was Porter before he was knocked over and the ball was cleared. And now Lowry in the other direction thinks he's been fouled and the referee agrees. So a free kick for Bayswater City just inside their attacking half. Got into another tussle with Nagel, and this time that little right-footed reach out to try and knock the ball away was seen and sanctioned by the ref. So Bayswater City to the penalty spot and beyond, and sliding through the 6-yard box and in the scrap. Bayswater City have scored. Giles Davies makes it 1-0 for the home side. It was penalty area chaos. And in front of the home fans in the West, it's Bayswater City who take the lead. How important could that goal be in the makeup of Group D? No points for style, but for importance, absolutely vital. Driven along by Declan Hughes. And the initial touch from Jackson Stevens, it sat up agonisingly. Noah McNamara couldn't get it away, and sliding in was Giles Davies to make it count. It was penalty area chaos, and even though there were 4 Metrostars players congregated around that post, it was the one Bayswater man who slid in and willed it over the line. A massive moment in this game and in this group. And now Metrostars, who were already the ball-dominant team and playing to try and take the lead in this game, will have to go chasing. Just like last week against West Zapia, they find themselves 1-0 down. Can they get an instant reply here? Southgate with an initial header away. Nagel turns onto his preferred left side and sliced out. Jackson Stevens puts it behind for a corner. So straight away, Metrostars picking up the pace. They will feel as though they can turn this around based on general play, but they do find themselves in a trickier position now, having fallen behind. And at the near post, and McNamara was very nearly on the scene making amends. Just trying to bluff the referee that it's repeat corners, but not to be. Out for a goal kick. Bit of momentum up now for Bayswater City, but they're not able to execute here and venture forward for what could have been a second goal. Gow. Barr. Gow, not to his own advantage in the end. Corness is whistled for the free kick, though. I don't know, he's perhaps come off second best here. Here's another look at how the free kick was conceded. McNamara's pass, Fortunato able to spin around and keep it moving. The Metrostars build-up continues. Chittadini, and then just hit it a little bit too far out in front for Porter to go and chase down. Renewed enthusiasm in Bayswater City's willingness to chase the ball now. McNamara with physicality. Nagel. Flicked on by Satira, but cleared away by McManus. So we're ticking up towards the hour mark. Metrostars have already made 2 substitutions in this game, so you wouldn't think they would be planning for another. Who knows, Bayswater may start to make some early plans to lock down on a 1-0 lead. Here's Woodfin in behind, but with the offside flag raised. So frustration for Metrostars there. So the hour mark on the dot. Seemingly really heading for activity on the bench. Looks as though Bayswater are getting a sub ready. Not just yet. A couple of subs waiting in the wings. Legalia. Headed away by Walls, an exchange of headers, ball brought to ground and a shot on sight. Kind of ambition perhaps from Jonathan Cornice. Now the referee points to the 4th official and says, yes, let's have this double change for Bayswater City. It looks as though it's Aiden Edwards and also Chris Jackson who are coming on.
Coming off, number 13, the goal scorer, Charles Davies. Coming off, number 18, Christopher Jackson.
So Charles Davies, the goal scorer, is one of the players who's been summoned to the bench.
Coming on, number 26, Aiden Edwards.
So there's Aiden Edwards coming on. And there is the other change. So Oliver Legalia, he is on a yellow card, so perhaps that's a factor in why he is being removed here. And Chris Jackson comes into the game. So fresh legs, fresh faces, and maybe a slightly different approach to things as a result. With Bayswater City now holding a 1-0 lead. Jackson, to his credit, has 12 goals, 12 league goals of his own this season. He's not involved straight away here, though. However, the other new sub is giving away a foul and a free kick. So not the introduction that Aiden Edwards was hoping for. Straight off the bench, and well, the fans didn't appreciate the whistle going, but I think Metrostars, by contrast, would have expected nothing less than a free kick for that tackle. I wonder how successful Bayswater City might be able to be, turning this into a bit more of a start-stop game that might suit them. Metrostars want the ball in play. They want things flowing. It has ended up becoming quite a contrast in styles as the afternoon has unfolded. And yet it is Bayswater City in front with the home advantage. And how will that manifest as legs get heavier over the final half hour as well? To the edge of the penalty area. McNamara, Nagel. It's long and hopeful. Jackson Stevens heads away. Via Metrostars throw in. Woodfin and Gow. Fortunato. Again, Edwards leading the press for Bayswater City, but Metrostars have found Jackson Walls over on the right. Satira. Loose touch. Presented the ball straight back to Bayswater City. Hughes hit it long. Back pass will find its way to Ostrike. He clears, but he clears into a contest. Gow got there. Made the ball his own after a quick 1-2 with Fortunato. Gow out of traffic. Played it back into traffic and a free kick given. Jackson Stevens demonstrably unhappy with the referee's decision, and a yellow card pops out of the pocket as a result. So Jackson Stevens will return to the centre of defence with the yellow card next to his name for the remainder of the match, just like his fellow centre-back Luke Palmetier. That was clever from Gow, but played it right into the path of his teammate Cittadini, who was already halfway to the ground due to the tackle coming in from behind him. Hasn't Gow been excellent in close control in this game, but he just needs a few to come with him if Metrostars are going to be able to wrestle their way back into this match. Cittadini plays it through the right. Walls out positioned, and it's cleared away by McManus. Cornice backs his speed. Able to run down the ball once, but not twice. Jackson came over to help out. It's Woodfin who's down here for Metrostars. See in the background there, Fabian Barbiero is taking off the spray jacket, so another sub might be imminent here. This has been a bruising, punishing encounter for Metrostars. Looks as though there are knee tests going on there for Cameron Woodfin, so paperwork is coming in to the fourth official, and it looks like it'll be just the one change at this stage. So, is that it for Cameron Woodfin? Is he about to be the third Metrostars player knocked out of this game with injury? Indeed he is. And now it is the club legend Fabian Barbiero who comes on for career appearance number 301 for the Metrostars club. So that's Neon Kuru, Visser and Woodfin, all forced substitutions for Metrostars. And they're behind, chasing this game. Through ball here is a good one. Porter, first time shot, and equal to it with a sharp save is Italiano. Cittadini, a really nice through ball. And then Porter put it straight at the keeper, and the reflexes were good from Italiano. That's a great pass and a really good diagonal run. Left-footed first-time shot. And even though he had to twist his body, Italiano made the save. And now a corner scramble cleared by Jackson Stevens. Left foot firmly through the ball to get it away. What if Bayswater City got on the counter-attack here? Satira. Barbiero. First involvement off the bench. Sent long. Jackson a lone hand here for Bayswater. And Ostrike is able to catch a bouncing ball. Geez, the presence though up front. They've replaced Lecalia with Jackson, and there seems to be no shortage of target man physicality in that Bayswater City front line. McManus. Walls. Gow. Gow, little sidestep was clever. Nagel, square ball given away. Red alert now for Metrostars. They've got to scramble back. And they do in numbers. Walls. Here's Noah McNamara. Hooks the pass. Bayswater not able to take possession. Gow under the head of Southgate. He's guarded that right back side of the pitch very well for Bayswater so far in the game. Satira into the middle. Here's Barbiero, a chance to dictate terms. Barbiero back out to Satira. All about the delivery. Can he get the better of Southgate as he cuts in? It's a short pass, and Bayswater City now set behind the ball. Walls. He's going to have to do well to pick out a teammate here. Not with that cross. And that perhaps sums up the organisation of Bayswater City. Just when you think you've got them on the hop, just when it seems you've dragged one player out of position, they get back in numbers. And that was a really good defensive phase from them there. And now, with 20 minutes of regulation to go, Bayswater City are making another change. Taki Sone is coming on. It's been his last briefing here from Matt Sparrow, and it's going to be Jonathan Cornice who comes off. Sone, who's been in Western Australia for some time, was at Murdoch University, Melville, before Bayswater City. 29 years old, Japanese national. So you can't help but wonder what minute did Bayswater City pull up the handbrake and just trust this vaunted defence. They've conceded only 16 goals in 22 home and away league matches in WA to close it out with a clean sheet from here. Metrostars are going to keep running forward. They're going to keep attacking, but can they breach the defence? Nagel's cross blocked away by Southgate. He argues that there was a little deflection off the Metrostars attacker, but not to be. Fortunato. Nagel. Really good run from Chittadini. He's in behind. Chittadini, can he find a teammate? First involvement off the bench for Sone. He's able to touch it down. Southgate, now Lowry. Caught in possession, but it's going to work out. Edwards keeps the ball moving forward for Bayswater. Sone follows up. And then through comes McNamara. The big clearance. And it's going to bend and break out for a throw-in. You see the corner flag is bent over, facing the way the ball ended up bouncing, so there's been plenty of wind around. Can Metrostars set some sort of a trap here? Long down the line goes the throw, over the head of Jackson. Followed up by Lowry, and then hit long for Metrostars. Southgate, into the centre circle it flies. Here's Satira. Really nicely taking the ball and now advancing forward. Cluster of players, though, congregate around the ball. And the counter-attack might be on. McManus, exactly the player Bayswater City want with the ball at his feet. Through the left they flow. And the attempted cross is deflected out for a corner kick. So Hayden Edwards getting forward in support. But ultimately, a corner is the reward. Well, they did score at a set piece. They scored at a mid-range free kick. So can they find a way from a corner here? If they double their lead, even with this much time on the clock, you would suspect the 3 points might be staying in the West. Here's how the corner was won. This is really the live wire of this team. He's who you want on the ball to be able to flip the field. So a big defensive stand coming up here for Metrostars. In swinging corner, Gow with an uncontested header. Lowry not able to get to the ball. And Southgate clips Chittadini, and he will join the array of players in the book. Yep, the referee points him out, shows the yellow card. So that's 3 of the back 4 for Bayswater City now on a yellow card. No protesting either. That one was No intention of winning the ball, just to play his legs. Here's Gap. Fortunato. Cittadini in the pocket, plays it through, and the flag is up. Ball didn't end up in the net anyway. For the second time in this half, the link up between Cittadini and Porter. He couldn't quite execute it without the offside flag popping up on that occasion. But again, it shows the looming threat. Well, I've got to say, the pollsters may have been onto something here. Don't forget, you can scan the QR code and have your say. 15 minutes of regulation to go. You can go to the Australian Championship website to vote as well. Bayswater City have got the public on their side in terms of who they think will win. Cittadini loses out. Lowry trying to pick the pocket of Nagel. As the ball breaks towards the sideline, it eventually bends over for a Metrostars throw-in. There's a hunger to chase the ball, to make every contest here from Bayswater City. They've got a 1-0 lead in pocket. They've got something to hold on to here, and they're fighting for it. Here's a look at the foul from Hughes on Cittadini. Build up for Bayswater City here. Jackson can't quite chase down the pass. Metrostars starting with their goalkeeper, Ostrike. Now McNamara. Nagel. Cittadini hugging the touchline. Fortunato. Gal. Through a gap. Satira. Walls. Metrostars still in the midfield third though. Can they venture meaningfully into attack? Oh, that pass very nearly sticking with Nagel, but just went beyond his run. See the frustration building for the visiting side here. Another sub coming up for Bayswater City. Deacon Brook is coming on. And it looks like he's relieving Sean McManus, who has done a power of running in this game. In fact, it's Mason Tatafu, my apologies, who is coming on, the number 21. And there is Deacon Brook, so it's a double change. There we go. I was right after all. Rarely wrong, just early. So a double change goes through for Bayswater City. Long ball here, could be a perfect introduction for Brook. He can't keep his feet though. Barr went to ground, won the ball, and was able to clear it away. Satira. Walls from the right side of midfield. Through ball here, coming from Nagel. Cittadini across the face. He went for it on a tight angle. Wasn't quite able to nestle it in the bottom corner. That's as good a chance as Metrostars have had here in the second half. You think of the sharp save that Porter forced out of Italiano. This one goes agonisingly wide. Cittadini remains prominent in their attacking. One agonisingly wide of that right-hand post. And it'll take us down to the last 10 minutes now. Danny Greystone, the Metrostars coach. Does he have another card left to play? On a day where his squad and his team have been battered and bruised, Bayswater City are currently the team that has landed the most meaningful blow in terms of the goal. The foul here leads to a Metrostars free kick. And they're quick to play it out from the back. Barbiero. Fortunato. Looping ball over to the right. Walls. Walls plays it back to Gao. McNamara, centre back, getting forward here. High looping ball, nearly a perfect delivery over the head of Satira. Cittadini in the box. Cittadini turns back onto his right and saved. Not for the first time today. Metrostars have shot it straight at the goalkeeper. Luis Italiano starting to rack up the saves here, but again, when they shot straight at him, he was already in the right position, didn't have to move either way. Just had to block that ball. Here's Jackson, and catching practice for Cody Ostrike. How much more desperate is this game going to get in the final 10 minutes then? Metrostars stepping it up, a couple of good chances coming in quick succession. Now Barbiero from deep in midfield tries to play Satira through the right. Twisted back into play, kept alive. Here's Barbiero again, this time Walls in a tangle, wrestle to ground, referee saw nothing untoward, play continues. Possession given away. See the rain has stopped, the fans are back down to the fence, hoping that the home side can hold on here to 3 precious points that would take them clear second in the group. Going into a battle between first and second potentially. Back here at Frank Drago next weekend against Apia, against West's Apia. Long ball from McNamara, right up the middle, route one stuff, hooked away by Jackson Stevens. Gao. From the halfway line. Lateral run from Satira, takes possession, he's got Nagel in support. Nagel, and behind for a corner. Jackson Stevens lunging in. Porter was lurking behind him at the near post, but the corner kick is Metrostars' results. Again, Satira moving between the lines. Nagel, naturally left-footed player, so he was able to drive it in with some power. Corner taken short. Satira keeps the ball moving. McNamara around the corner, catches a deflection. It'll be repeat corner kicks. Ball living down at Metrostars' attacking end. Are they closing in on an equaliser here? Gao is the short corner option. Bayswater awake to it. Conventional delivery this time to the back post, and first header is away from Palmatier and a good one. Gao from distance. Drops it at the penalty spot, up and under header from Fortunato, knotted on one more time. And McNamara just pops it into the gloves of Italiano. So again, Bayswater City's defence holds up in a high-stress moment. Phase and wave after attack. And now at the other end, Ostrike able to get on the end of a bouncing ball. Jackson was making a presence, but the Metrostars goalkeeper has to keep it tight at the other end, so that his team can start to take a few risks going forward here, chasing an equalising goal. Ball breaks central. Southgate. Hughes. Right up the middle. Barr. Finds Walls. McNamara. Nagel. Up against Southgate. And he runs him down to the byline. He's got support from Chittadini. Chittadini looks at a crowded penalty area. He's going to play the pass into the box. Nagel decides it will be him whipping it out at the near post. Didn't quite have the shape to bend it back to be a playable ball for his teammates. So we'll take another look at it. Metrostars are making a change. This is their first, I would say, choice change of the day as opposed to forced change. Jake Porter comes to the bench. Think of the shot he had earlier in the half that forced a good save out of Luis Italiano. Well, now on comes Christian D'Angelo, the number 5. And he's going to get a cameo here to try and be the difference that could potentially wrestle an equaliser for Metrostars and keep the group wide open. 3 goals in 2025 for Christian D'Angelo. He would love today to be number 4. We're in the last 5 minutes of regulation. Nagel. Chittadini. Cleared by Jackson Stevens. McNamara, the centre-back, up the pitch. Has it left a gap for Edwards to potentially exploit. Barr is back. Edwards runs wide. Now the cross is going to tumble on. Jackson's free at the far post. The whistle goes. I suspect it may not have counted. And the finish was high and wide and blazed away into the parkland behind the goal. Tight angle, but Chris Jackson not able to get it back on target. Gow, floored. Through comes the energetic Barbiero, the veteran. At the outside of the foot, plays it down the line. Chittadini. Knocked off his feet, though, on that occasion by Southgate. Metrostars trying to work the ball forward. Nagel whips it in. It sits up, and that's a first touch for Christian D'Angelo off the bench. It wasn't quite to his teammates' advantage and just looped into the gloves of Italiano. Long ball. Second for Bayswater, puts it to bed now. And they still have a presence on the counter-attack. It's not 11 men behind the ball just yet. They're trying to keep Metrostars honest, but Metrostars are surging forward here. Chittadini refusing to give up on this game. It sits up, Stevens, and a pillar in defence. He refuses to be passed. You can see why this Bayswater City team has such a stellar defensive reputation. Foul here, though, and they're going to have to set up for a defensive set piece. Take a look at how Gow was pushed, winning the free kick. So in the first half, Gow was able to shoot from a wide angle. A lot more difficult for a left footer on this occasion. I suspect this will be hunting for a teammate rather than a direct shot on goal. Bayswater City took the lead from some set-piece chaos. What can Chittadini create here? In it swings, Italiano leads out, fist first, clears it away. Great goalkeeping. And he finds the safety of the touchline. Metrostars go again. Fortunato. Gow. Does he shoot from distance? He resists the urge, but to the edge of the box, D'Angelo knocked off the ball. It was well played by Tatafu. Edwards Sliding in against Fortunato. That'll take us into the last minute of the 90. And unlike the first half where we had 6 minutes of stoppage time, I don't think we'll have as big a number this time. Haven't had quite the same length of delays. Had a brief injury for Cameron Woodfin, but when he sat down, he was already right next to the bench. So it didn't take quite as long for him to be subbed out of the game. It's not like we had other lengthy delays for subs or goals, all fairly normal. Moment of truth is coming from the fourth official very soon. How much longer do Bayswater City have to hold on? How much longer do Metrostars have to chase an equaliser here? Walls. Satira. Did it go out? It did. The assistant referee's flagging. Bayswater ball down at left back. They've been waiting 11 years for potential revenge. Bayswater City, 7, it is more. Well, I know that the head of referees for Football Australia, John Moss, has said that the fourth officials have been asked to be particularly strict on keeping time for delays and keeping the ball in play. So fourth official, Niall Gilmore, he'll have a stopwatch and he'll have evidence of 7 minutes. Plenty of time for Metrostars to keep chasing. Ball sits up at the edge of the box. Satira crashes in. On the whistle goes. Foul given. Jackson Stevens, the man he knocked over. So the frustration continues for Metrostars, but they should have a new lease of life here. They've got enough time to keep working. It doesn't have to be Route 1 just yet. They can keep playing their football, looking for an equalising goal. Bayswater City have dealt with 1 of the additional 7 minutes. McNamara misplaces the pass, a loose touch, invited in Gow, Hughes, Jackson, tried for the return ball. Deegan Brook was nearly through there. And again, a second goal will be the KO for Bayswater City. As long as it lingers at 1-0, Metrostars are only 1 pass. 1 moment of prudence away, 1 slip up in defence away from leaving with a share of the points. Southgate down the line. So Metrostars at the fall of the ball though. Barr to Walls. Fortunato. Barbiero to Nagel. Nagel's got Chittadini. Look at the numbers back in the penalty area for Bayswater City. Gow plays it through and Chittadini scuffs it wide at the near post. Oh, it was a good ball from Hamish Gow. Chittadini, who's been excellent today, just lost his balance. Yeah, he was slipping off balance and he sliced that out. Maybe caught in 2 minds about a cutback and a shot. And so it means it's a goal kick. And Lewis Italiano will take every second the referee gives him. Driving it deep into the attacking half. Barr's header. Around the corner from Fortunato. Walls to the edge of the box. Stevens header. Mitchinson in a battle here against Satira, who's getting the nod. Bayswater do. Goal kick the decision. And so that'll take us up to half of the 7 minutes expired. Crowd as vocal as we've heard them since the goal. Sensing that the home side need their encouragement. Matt Sparrow trying to keep composed. Project a bit of confidence and security to his team in these final stages as they try to grip onto a clean sheet. Satira. Shouts for handball. Everyone up in unison on the Bayswater bench because they thought Fortunato had handled it, but maybe he volleyed it into his own arm. The referee's seen nothing in it. Play continues. Walls. Won't that lead to an almighty blow-up if they score on this phase of play? Satira keeps it in. Walls down in the corner, deflected and cleared. Bouncing ball, McNamara, Jackson trying to do something with it, but an exchange of headers back and forth. Jackson's done really well. Now Brooke gets in, trying to keep possession. Nicked off his toes. Gow sends the ball to Barbiero. Nagel tries to beat his man with the cross. It's cleared back. Moves off in the penalty area for Metrostars. They've got to get the ball in there first, and that pass is going to roll agonisingly out. And now it's down to just 2 more minutes of stoppage time to negotiate. Southgate's a little proppy, but he knows that the finish line is within sight. Metrostars create one more big chance. That was the handball. I had everyone shouting, but they continue. Solid header from Barr. Bit of push and shove. The referees put the whistle away in these dying stages. Chittadini, nice touch, trying to open up the game. Wins the throw. If it's going to happen for Metrostars, it's going to have to be in the last minute of 7 stoppage. Nagel. Barbiero. Gets into a tangle and the ball has been won back. Edwards doing nicely. Jackson now, does he go to the corner or attack? Plays it out to the wing. Edwards, does he take it to the corner? Yes, he does. He's got the discipline. And takes it down to the corner. Let the shenanigans begin. Here come the cavalry. Everyone piles in. Corner flag and players go over. And Metrostars have extracted the ball. Fortunato sweeping into the middle. Convincing pass. Chittadini picks it up, just drives it forward. Satira at the edge of the box. Had too many defenders to contend with, though. Tatafu finds Southgate. One more long ball, and that might be it for Bayswater City. Not quite. There's a throw in. They've only got seconds left to play with here, Metrostars. Nagel gets it launched. Header won by D'Angelo. Chittadini. Metrostars still on here and deflected behind by Jackson Stevens. Stoppage time has expired, but it looks like the referee will let the corner take place. It was desperate. Chittadini got in the right place. Jackson Stevens was able to deflect it high and out with his header. So this is it. Goalkeepers up for Metrostars. Hamish Gow on delivery. Can Bayswater City hold on for one last corner kick? In it swings. First header D'Angelo. Satira over his shoulder. And the back heel is cleared away. Jackson Stevens repels. Gow driving through traffic high and wide. And the full-time whistle goes. Bayswater City hold on for a massive win. And they take charge of their destiny in Group D of the Australian Championship. Their much-vaunted defence holds onto a clean sheet. And Metrostars will be devastated. A game where they dominated possession, territory and chances. But ultimately, Giles Davies pops up at a free kick, surrounded by opponents at the far post. He scrapped and scrambled it in. And it's just evidence that you don't need to score a beautiful goal to pick up 3 precious points. Because Bayswater City moved to 4 points and Metrostars will be in disbelief that they are bottom of this group after 2 games. Don't write them off. If they play like they do today, they can still find a way through, but they've set themselves quite the task. Because Bayswater City leave with the win. It's Bayswater City 1, Metrostars 0. Well, what a game. 11 years on, it's revenge for Bayswater City, for Metrostars knocking them out at the NPL National Finals in 2014. It was 0-0 and penalties that day. It was a 1-0 win today. Let's take a look at that one goal. Hughes with the long driving ball. Jackson Stevens hooked it into the 6-yard box. And there was Giles Davies to will it over the line for the only goal of the game. Chaotic attacking, chaotic defending, and ultimately a question of will rather than skill that was able to put it in the back of the net. Well, Bayswater City really showed the mark of champions to be able to hold out and maintain a clean sheet for the rest of the game. Davies was subbed out soon after that goal, but his contribution was very meaningful. This is how Metrostars chased the game. Kamara with that header that went just wide at the near post. Cittadini and Porter with a good link up here and a good save, probably the save of the game from Luis Italiano. And Nagel came off the bench to play on the left through the second half, and on this occasion Cittadini put it just wide at the bottom right corner. It's going to be all Metrostars these. This was chaos at the end of the game with Cittadini before his feet and straight at Italiano, who held on for the save. There was just enough of Bayswater City keeping Metrostars accountable on the counter-attack. The whistle had already gone there, so that shot wouldn't have counted. And then right at the end of the game, Cittadini able to win that final corner, which is headed behind by Jackson Stevens. I mean, you can raffle who was man of the match today. Do you give it to Italiano? Do you give it to Stevens? I think it's one of those two who were deciding at home, the centre-back or the goalkeeper, but someone like a Sean McManus was crucial in just keeping Bayswater City believing in an attacking sense. And that's what it meant at the full-time whistle. So here are the numbers. Only 4 shots on target to 3. That tells its own story. 12 shots to 8. Lots of fouls, lots of yellow cards in the game, but ultimately it finished with 11 versus 11. No one got sent off. Lots of promising build-up play for Metrostars, but they're off to play Sydney United at the Sydney United Sports Centre next weekend. They'll need to find a cutting edge and start scoring some goals, because they haven't found the back of the net in 2 Australian Championship games so far. Here's what happened elsewhere. Absolute classic between Spirit and Avondale. Spirit up 3-2 late, only for Avondale to equalise in stoppage time for a 3-3 draw. Check out the goals from South Melbourne versus Port City Excelsior. Manny Agwick scored almost as good a goal as the goal we saw in Tasmania last week. South Melbourne with 10 men win 2-0. Agwick scoring from almost the halfway line, just as good as last week. And it finished 1-0 here. Oh, it certainly presents an interesting situation in the groups heading into next weekend. South Melbourne have got Broadmeadow Magic, that's the top spot now. Morton City Excelsior playing the beleaguered Sydney Olympic, who need to turn things around. We've got Marconi taking on Wollongong Wolves in a game that could decide Group B. Heidelberg will play South Hobart. Seen some upsets, that might be the biggest of them all. Group C is now very delicately poised. Avondale with today's draw. Canberra, Croatia, after beating the Preston Lions. Gee, that makes Preston versus Avondale absolutely massive next weekend. And your 2 games in Group D are Sydney United against Metrostars in Sydney and Bayswater City against West's Apia in Perth. I tell you what, if Bayswater City do it again next week, they'll be top of the group at the halfway point of the group stage. So this was a bit of a battle, a bit of a war, and ultimately it was Bayswater City who prevailed. 1-0 and a really hard-fought and entertaining game. For those of you who've watched it on SBS On Demand or YouTube around the world, I've been Teo Pellizzeri on behalf of our broadcast partners and production team. Thanks for your company. We hope you enjoyed the Australian Championship today. Good evening.